important to take a moment to reflect on why we do the work we do. Today, we are so pleased to welcome filmmaker Gemma Lockhart. Gemma is Lakota, a part of the now, if you would be so kind as to correct me, Gemma, after I'm done trying to pronounce this, Ochitiishakoween. We'll say that later. The 7 council fires on the Great Plains. So Gemma also has Irish and Moravian heritage. Gemma is a graduate of Dartmouth College and studied at the Colorado School of Mines. Gemma has served on Denver's American Indian Commission as vice chair of the Rocky Mountain Indian Chamber of Commerce and is a founding member of the Colorado Women's Leadership Circle of Influence. She has twice been selected as a presidential scholar. We have asked Gemma to help us reflect on a dark period in Colorado history when Indian girls and boys were sent to boarding schools to become assimilated into white American society. Looking forward to this, Gemma. I give you Gemma.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you to everyone, especially Sue Ryden and her leadership in the invitation to be here, and to all of you for taking time to consider this issue that we live with and are putting our arms around. We have a national Native American healing coalition, and I think it's so beautiful and important that the coalition is a healing coalition. They're a group of amazing tribal representatives nationally, and are currently, in my opinion, their most important work right now is gathering oral histories of survivors and families that have been impacted by this trauma, and now, come forward to live in a good way. So we have a little video that really says what I would like to say to you today. And I took it to heart to speak to you, and came to the location very near graves of children who were in boarding school. So I will let that video play.
Hihani Washte, good morning. I'm speaking to you from grasses, very near where there are graves of children who went to school one day and never had the chance to come home. For more than 150 years, Indigenous children were taken from families and forced into schools. There were over 300 schools, often run by religious groups, some by the federal government. By 1926, more than 80% of Native American children were in boarding schools. This practice did not completely end until the 1960s. I had the privilege once to make a film called Sacred Beginnings. It was about tribal nations on the Great Plains and the importance of children. In Lakota, we say Wakaheja. The word for child means sacred little one. A child is so sacred, their clothes are never to touch the ground. Hold that truth next to what happened to American Indian children in boarding schools. Leather strap beatings, unspeakable child abuse, and deaths. In Colorado, a recent report mandated by our legislature shows that so far, 65 remains of students between the ages of 5 and 20 have been found. We have 9 separate historic boarding schools. 65 remains is probably an undercount. There may be as many as 100 more graves of students yet unidentified. How did we get from Native traditions that honor sacredness of children to unspeakable abuse and loss of children in boarding schools? Presidents and the missionaries and schools they funded are to blame. We have new federal Indian policy led by Deb Haaland, the first Native American cabinet member in history. It is Deb Haaland who launched a full review of the legacy of Native American boarding schools in the nation. It's a new day. Tribal leaders and families are making journeys to the old school grounds for the purpose of returning remains to bring back and honor lives of the children, the sacred little ones we lost. This work changes you. It is at once painful, powerful, and healing. This very moment is proof of that. Thanks for considering this issue in your policy work. Thanks for listening. And thanks especially to Sue Ryden and team for the chance to be with you. Ake, we chiankinkte. We never say goodbye. We always say, I'll see you again.
There's something heroic in all of this. I think heroic in terms of our community members and that lead us forward to deal with the issue, and something heroic in legislators who make sure of government considerations, and something heroic in you that choose and choose to be the kind of people that consider the issue and in such a respectful way. So thank you and good morning. I'm going to listen as your day goes on, and it's an honor to be with you.
Thank you so much, Gemma, for all that information.